Alright, so we're going to talk about the distance formula, but the distance formula is really Pythagorean's theorem. So let's review Pythagorean's theorem. It works only on right triangles. And so a right triangle has a right angle. It has, this is a leg because it's shorter. The two shorter sides are called legs, and the longest side is called the hypotenuse. And it is across from, so the hypotenuse is across from the right angle. We usually label the legs, well, a lot of things, but with regards to the Pythagorean theorem, we usually see A and B for the legs, and C for the hypotenuse. So the formula is the hypotenuse squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So, as an example, if I had a triangle whose legs are 3 and 4, and I wanted to find the length of the hypotenuse, I could call this side A and this one B. So A squared plus B squared would be 3 squared plus 4 squared. So C squared equals 3 squared plus 4 squared. And 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. So C squared is equal to 25. Take the square root of both sides. And here we get C equals 5. Now, I've said in the past that you have to, when you take the square root of both sides, you need to do the plus or minus. And we do the plus or minus, but this is a distance, so we automatically throw away the negative. So it was there, but we quickly discarded it for a positive length of 5. Okay, so let's see how this works with the distance formula. So if I have 2 points in the plane that have coordinates x1, y1, and x2, y2, and I want to find, so this would be the distance between the 2 points. Okay. Now if I drop a perpendicular down to here and a horizontal across, that's going to give me a right angle. And so I can use Pythagorean's theorem to find the hypotenuse, which is the distance between the 2 points. Okay, so the hypotenuse is the square root of A squared plus B squared. And here, B is the length of this side, and since it's vertical, it's just the difference between y1 and y2. And A is this distance, so it's the difference between x1 and x2. So when I come down here, I can replace A with the difference and B with the difference. And so that gives me my distance, which is the hypotenuse. So that gives me the hypotenuse. Okay, let's look at some examples. Find the distance between the points 3, 2, and 5, 9. So this is easier if we graph it. So the point 3, 2 and the point 5, 9. There's 5, and there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so there is the hypotenuse, which we're going to call C. And so it's got these legs. And so this we're going to call B, and this is A. So B here is from 2 to 9. So 9 minus 2 is 7. And A is from 3 to 5. So if I take 5 minus 3, it gives me 2. So I have A equals 2 and B equals 7. And so to find C, C is equal to the square root of A squared plus B squared. So A is 2 and B is 7. So 2 squared is 4, 7 squared is 49, and so the distance is the square root of 53. 4 plus 49 is 53. So that is the length of my, the distance between the 2 points. Alright, let's look at another example. Example 2 is minus 3, 7, and 2, 1. So, minus 3, 1, 2, 3 to the left, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have the point 2, 1, so there's 2, 1. Okay, so the distance that I'm trying to find is right there, and that's going to be my C, my hypotenuse. So I'm going to go straight down and straight across. There's my right angle. So this is B, and this is A. So the length of B is from up here, 7, down to 1. So B is equal to 7 minus 1. That's the distance between those 2 points. A is the distance between these, is the length of this, which is the distance. So minus 3 to 2, that's going to be 2 plus 3. So the distance, or the length of A is 5, and the length of B is 6. So the length of the hypotenuse C is A squared plus B squared. So that's 25 plus 36, which is equal to 61. And that would be my answer. So the distance between the 2 points is the square root of 61. The last example. So, what happened to my? Okay. So I start off by graphing minus 4, minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 1, 5. So there's minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so there is the distance that I'm trying to find. So I have B and A. And so B goes all the way from y equals 5 down to y equals minus 6. So there's 5 from here to there, and 6 from here to here. So the total length of B is 5 plus 6 equals 11. Now C goes from -4 over to -1. Oh, not C, A. A goes from -1 to -4. So I'm going to do -1 plus 4, because it's minus a minus. And that gives me a distance 3. So my hypotenuse is the square root of a squared plus b squared, which is 3 squared plus 11 squared. Come up here. 3 squared is 9, 11 squared is 121. So that is 130. So the hypotenuse, or the distance, is the square root of 130. Alright, that's the distance formula.